Hey everyone, welcome back to our second session of yoga. So this week I've been thinking a lot about how people might be feeling. So a lot of people are feeling a little bit anxious, maybe a little bit worried, or you might just be feeling a little bit frustrated at not being able to leave your house and do your usual activities. So I was thinking in terms of the glass half full rather than the glass half empty. So you could see this as an opportunity to take care of yourself physically and emotionally, to take care of each other, and to take care of nature. So that's just the thought for today's practice. And today's practice is going to be about taking care of our joints. So we're going to be working on joint mobility and also joint strength, because that's important too. So you might like to grab a cushion and maybe have a blanket ready for later in the practice. And if you want to take your cushion and place it under your sitting bones and make yourselves comfortable. So we're going to begin with a breathing practice. Oh, just before I move on, some of you were missing the bell. So I'm just going to give a little ring of the bell to signify the start of the practice. And now you can close your eyes. Rest your hands on your thighs, or you can rest one hand on your belly and one on your chest. So with the eyes closed, just begin to tune into your breath. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Take a deep exhale. And now inhale through your nose as you draw the breath down into the belly. Feel the breath rising up through the rib cage and all the way up to your chest. And then slowly exhale, releasing the breath right down to the base of the abdomen. And again, deep breath in. Let the breath fill the belly and move up through your body to your chest. Pause for a moment and exhale fully. So continue this breath now for 3 more rounds in your own time. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Stretch your legs out in front. Straighten the legs. Bring your hands or your fists just beside or behind your hips. Sitting tall now. And now bring your feet slightly apart and bring your hands in front. So we're just going to start to make wrist circles. And now we'll introduce the feet as well. So don't worry about them going the same direction. Don't worry about the coordination. And now change your direction. And the hands back down by your sides. Inhale, and as you exhale, turn your head to the right. Just until you meet resistance. Inhale and exhale again, turning a little further. Inhale to come back to the front. Exhale as you turn to the left, pausing. Inhale and exhale as you turn a little further. Inhale, come back to the front. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Inhale it back up. Exhale it to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Inhale up and exhale to the left. Slowly come back to center. Bend your right knee, support the back of the knee, and just begin to bend and straighten that right leg. Just getting into the knee joint now. Okay, release the right leg, bend the left. Again, support the back of the knee here and begin to bend and straighten. And release your left foot down. So from here, swing both legs back. You can get rid of your cushion and bring yourself into a child pose. Sitting back, hands in front, bend the elbows, release your hips and release your head. If you need to support your head, place your hands under your forehead. Now, pushing up again onto the hands, curl the toes under behind you, sit back again. And this time we're going to lift all of the fingers. So keep the palms on the floor, lifting the fingers and spreading them. And then as you press your fingers down, press the fingers into the floor, lift the wrists. So it's like you're pushing the floor away, the hips are still moving back towards the heels. And we'll do that one more time. Press the palms down, lift the fingers and spread them. Place the fingers down, lift the wrists, press into the joints of the fingers. And then releasing the hands down, come forward onto all fours. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Stretch your right arm up. We're going to do thread the needle, so the right arm is going to come down and you're going to come onto your right ear. Bringing the left hand around onto your back. Pushing back up onto the hands and knees. Thread the needle on the left, stretch the left arm up, thread it underneath, come onto the left side of your face, bring the right hand around behind. And push back up onto hands and knees once again. Okay. This time, bringing your right leg back, turn the toes under. Lift the right foot and start to make ankle circles. And change the direction. Come back to center. Now, bring your right knee in towards your nose. Round the back. And then stretch the right leg back, bend the knee, lift your head. And again, knee to nose, stretch it back, bend the knee, lift the head. And then bring your right knee down. So I'm going to turn around just to do the other side for you. Bring the left leg back, lift it, point the toes, ankle circles. And change direction. Now bring the left knee in towards the nose, round the back. Stretch the left leg back, bend the knee, lift your head. And again, knee to nose. Stretch it back. And bring the left knee down. So just making some circles around. Moving the hips, going right back. And again, we'll change direction. Come back to center. Curl your toes under. Lift yourself up into your first downward facing dog. Placing your feet a little bit wider than hip distance, spreading your fingers. And lifting up and down off the toes. Bending and straightening your knees. And now when you're ready, walk your feet forward until they're behind your hands. Bend your knees. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly come up to standing. Facing the front of your mat, hands at heart center. So standing at the top of your mat, take your feet at least hip distance apart. Bring your hands in front with the forearms together. Press your palms together and begin to lift the arms. So you're working from the shoulders. So I'm going to turn sideways while I do this and pressing the palms, lift as much as you can and lower back down. Now just become aware of your abdomen and your tailbone. Slightly tuck the tailbone, draw the abdomen in, and continue to lift and lower. And one more time, we'll lift and lower. Now take the arms behind, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back. Bend your knees deeply and then fold over your thighs. If you can, let the hands come up and over. If not, they can sit on your lower back. Just let your head release. Bring your hands to your hips, pressing into your feet, slowly coming back up. So now we can roll the shoulders out a few times. 1, 2, 3, and 4, coming forward. Bring the hands onto the hips, soften the knees as you roll the hips around. Doesn't matter which direction. And change direction. And come back to center. Okay, spread your toes. Rock from the heels to the toes a few times, just warming up your feet. And then we'll inhale, bring the arms up, come up onto the balls of the feet. Slowly lowering down into your squat. Don't mind the clicks and the creaks, that's okay. Press into the feet, slowly come up and bring the arms down. And again, inhale up onto the balls of your feet, lift your arms. Exhale as you come down into your squat. Pausing, press into the feet, slowly up and down. Last one, inhale, up onto the balls of the feet, exhale all the way down. Use the strength in your legs here now to push yourself back up and slowly coming down. So step back to the front of your mat, bring your feet together, bring your hands at your heart center. Ready to begin our Surya Namaskar. So standing at the top of your mat, spread your toes, press down into the 4 corners of your feet. Lift up on your kneecaps, your thigh muscles, engage your bandhas, Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. Roll the shoulders back and down and begin the Ujjayi breath. Opening your eyes, bring your hands down by your side. Inhale, take your palms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, look out, half lift, hands flat, step back to plank. Dropping to the knees, to the chest, to the chin. Bring yourself all the way down to the floor. Bring your hands in front, forearms on the floor. Press into the forearms to come up into Cobra. Activate your legs here. If you want to, you can lift the hands. And slowly down. Coming down, place your hands under your shoulders. Push up onto all fours. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. So setting your feet about hip distance apart. Spreading your fingers, pressing down into the index knuckle and the base of your thumb. Release your head and neck. Exhale fully, inhale, look forward. Step your right and your left foot up. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. Once again, inhale, take the palms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, stepping back to plank. Dropping to the knees, chest, chin or chaturanga this time. Inhaling into Cobra, upward dog. Exhale, roll over your toes into downward facing dog. So if you need to bend the knees a little bit here, you can. Lift the hips as high as you can and draw your navel in, engaging your Uddiyana Bandha. Release your head. Exhale fully. Inhale, look forward. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhaling back into Tadasana. So I'm just going to turn to face you again for a moment. Hands at the heart center. Inhale your arms up. Stretching over to the right now. You can soften the knees if you need to. Inhale up, draw your navel in. Stretch to your left. Inhale up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, stepping back to plank. Dropping, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Right leg back, knee into the chest. Right foot forward, swivel your left heel in. Come to the lunge. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, hands behind, interlace the fingers, lift the chest. Exhale as you fold into humble warrior. Again, the arms can come up and over or they can sit on the lower back. Release your head and neck. Release your hands to the floor, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Left leg back. Knee into chest. Left foot forward, swivel the right heel in and come up. Square your hips. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, hands behind, interlace the fingers, lift the chest. Exhale as you fold into humble warrior. Chest comes to the inside of the left thigh. Drop your hands to the floor, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Or at this stage of the class, you can take a child pose if you need a break. Just breathing. Exhale fully, inhale, look forward. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale as you fold. Bend your knees, sweep your fingers against the floor, Utkatasana. And exhaling back into Tadasana. So one more time, bend your knees, sweep your fingers against the floor, Utkatasana. Exhale to fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, look out, flat back, hands flat, step into plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. Right leg back, knee to chest. Right foot forward, turn the left heel in. Bring your hands to heart center. And sweep the arms up. Warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Left leg back, knee to chest. Left foot forward, swivel the right heel in, come up. Hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale, roll over the toes. Downward dog or child pose. Exhale fully, inhale, look forward. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees deeply, sweep your fingers against the floor, Utkatasana, and exhaling back into Tadasana. So we'll pause now in Tadasana at the top of the mat. Close your eyes and let the breath settle. Take a drink of water if you need it. So, stepping wide now on your mat, bring your hands onto your hips, turn your right foot out and angle your left foot in. Bend your right knee, inhale the arms up, and exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale as you straighten the right knee, bring the arms up. Exhale as you drop into warrior two. And again, inhale, and exhale to drop. Look towards your right middle finger. And now turning your head back, turn the palms upwards and look back to your left. Turn the palms down, straighten the right knee, bring your hands to your hips, turn both feet forward. Now turning your left foot out and right foot in. Bend into your left knee. Inhale the arms up, exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale as you straighten the knee, reach up. Exhale to drop. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to drop, looking along your left arm. Sinking low into that left thigh. Turn your palms upwards and look back to your right. Turn the palms down, straighten the left knee, hands onto the hips, turn both feet forward and walk your feet back together, coming back to the top of your mat. So we're going to move into balancing now. So if anybody wants to grab a chair or move near to your wall, feel free to do that now for your balancing poses. Or you can even just step off your mat if that feels more solid for you, if you're on a carpet or anything. So just starting with a simple tree pose. We're going to bend the right knee, hands onto the hips. Hug your right knee up. Take your left hand out. So this is for if you want to be near the wall or just grabbing onto that chair. And then slowly take the right knee out to the right. Flexing the foot. Bring it back to center. If you can, bring one or both hands onto your hips, straighten out the right leg and start to point and flex the foot or make a few little circles here. Slowly bend your right knee and take the right foot back to the floor. Have a little bit of a stretch in between sides. So shifting the weight now to your right foot. Bend your left knee, hug it up. Take the right hand out again. You can use anything that's to hand to help the balance. Slowly start to move the left leg out to the left. Find your spot, maybe somewhere to focus on. Move back into the center, one or both hands to the hips. So if you want to, you can have one hand still on your support. Stretch the left leg out. And again, maybe moving the ankle. Anything to distract ourselves from trying to stay balanced. And then slowly bend your left knee and take your left foot down. Step the feet wide, bend the knees and just have a little roll around with the joints, easing them out. And come back to standing, feet together, hands at heart center. So bringing your hands back onto your hips, step your feet nice and wide, maybe even come to the back of your mat and turn your big toes slightly inwards. Inhale the arms up, exhale the arms behind, interlace the fingers. Inhale as you lift your chest and exhale as you fold forward. So just coming as far forward as you can, pressing the weight forward now into the toes and then releasing the head. So if it's too much in the shoulders, you can sit the hands on your lower back. You don't have to bring them over. So softening your knees, begin to lift your head and chest. Bring the hands onto the floor, fingertips under your shoulders. And now move your left hand into the center and swing your right hand up into a twist. Drop and swap. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up. And bring the left hand down. So from here you can walk your feet in towards each other. Now keep the heels in and the toes out. Bend your knees. Bring your hands to your thighs. And we're going to come up into goddess pose. So just encouraging the knees over the feet. Tuck the tailbone, draw the navel in. Bring your hands to your heart center. And then bring your hands out, taking the thumb and first finger together. Sinking low into goddess pose. Dropping those hips, feeling it in the legs. One more breath. Inhale, straighten up your legs, stretch your arms up for star pose. So really straighten up on the legs, draw the navel in, open up the fingers, and then bring your hands to heart center. Walk your feet back in towards each other and come back to stand-in Tadasana. Okay, from here come back to the top of your mat. Inhale, take your arms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold hands to the floor. Inhale, look out flat back. Hands flat, we're stepping back into downward facing dog. So bring yourself into your downward dog, bring your feet together for a moment and just lift up and down off your toes. Now stretch your right leg back. Bring your knee in towards your nose, round the back. Stretch it back again, and this time bring the knee towards the right elbow and hold. Stretch it back again, and back in, knee to the nose. We'll hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Stretch it back, and bring your right leg down. Stretch the left leg back, knee into the nose, round the back. Stretch it back again, knee to the left elbow. And stretch it back, knee to the nose and hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Stretch it back, bring the left leg down, drop onto your knees. Take the knees wide and the big toes to touch and take a resting child pose. So hands under the forehead or arms alongside your body with the palms facing up. And then slowly pushing yourself back up onto all fours once again. I'm just going to turn around here to you. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Okay, take your right leg back. Lift it up. Bend the right knee. Now you can take your left hand forward, reach it back, and maybe it'll find that right foot. If it doesn't, don't worry, you can just be here. And then slowly release. Now if you found that challenging, maybe take the hands and the knees a little bit closer to each other. I'm going to turn around here to do the left side. Take the left leg back. Bring it up. Bend the knee. So you're bringing the foot as close as you can to your buttock. Take the right hand out. Stretch it back and see if you can find that left foot. And very slowly release. You can take another child pose after that one. Just stretch the arms out, release the head. So now coming out of your child pose, walk the hands back, slide over onto your right side and stretch the two legs out in front. Bring your hands beside you. If you want to grab your cushion again here, feel free to take your cushion and place it under your hips. Roll your shoulders back and down. Straighten the legs and draw the toes back towards you. Draw your navel in and sit tall for a moment with the eyes closed in Dandasana. As you open your eyes, bring your feet slightly apart. Bend your knees if you like. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale as you fold into a forward fold. So you can hold on to your calves, your ankles, or you can hook the first two fingers around the big toes. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bend your elbows, feel your shoulders soften as you take your gaze to your toes. Inhale as you come back up. Bend the knees, feet a little bit wider apart, and just let the two knees drop down towards the right. And then you're going to take the two hands around to the right, coming into a twist. If you want to, you can slowly lift and lower the head here. Coming back to the front, bring the legs back to center and you're going to drop them to the left. This time twisting over to your left. And again, if you want to move the neck, you can. And coming back to the front, keeping the knees bent. So I'm just going to turn sideways again. We're moving into everybody's favorite pose, Navasana, great for the core. So bend your knees and hug your thighs into you. Hug the shins. Lift the feet and bring the hands under your knees. So try to bring your chest back up towards your thighs. You can stay here or you can release the hands for 5, 4, legs should be shaking, 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles, make fists with your hands, lift your hips, and then slowly lower down once again. Take the hands behind you and just let your knees move from side to side. Come back to center and slowly lower yourself down to the floor, hugging your knees in and making circles at the base of the spine. Placing your feet back on the floor. So bring your arms a little bit away from you. Cross your right leg over your left. Lift the feet. Maybe you can hook that right foot around the back of the left calf. Bring the hands up, bend the elbows. So the left comes on top and the right underneath. Again, palms back to back or taking the thumbs. And slowly see if you can bring the knees and the elbows towards each other. Keep your head on the floor, so don't want to strain the neck. So this is a reclining eagle pose. Just be glad I didn't ask you to do it standing. And then slowly uncross the arms, uncross the legs. We do the other side, cross the left over the right. Lift the feet. Hands up, bend the elbows. This time right comes on top, left underneath. And we start to move the knees and the elbows towards each other and away. Now they don't have to touch. Okay, come back to neutral spine, release the arms, release the legs, place them on the floor. So place your feet on the floor with your knees still bent. So with your knees bent, cross your right leg over your left. Shift your hips over to the right and drop both knees to the left, letting your head roll right. Palms facing upwards. Just breathe here. Bring the legs back to center, uncross your legs. This time cross your left over your right. Shift the hips to the left and drop your knees to the right as you look back to your left. So just let yourself release into your twist. And slowly bring the legs back to center, uncross the legs again. And now keeping your knees bent, bring the soles of your feet together and just let the knees drop out to the side. Just relaxing into Supta Baddha Konasana. You can move your hips gently from side to side if you like. And then gently draw your knees together, roll over onto your side and come to seated once again. So at this stage we're going to move into Shavasana. It's just going to be a short Shavasana today because I'm going to make a separate Shavasana and Yoga Nidra, which will be about 15 or 20 minutes, which you can practice after your practice or practice it as a separate practice anytime you want. So for now, grab your pillow or your cushion and your blanket and make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. So feel free to lie on your side or even just to stay seated if you want to do that. So lie down onto your back or your side. Close your eyes. Settle your body into the floor. Soften your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Feel the arms drifting out away from the body now. You can have your knees bent or you can have your legs extended. So just feel a heaviness creeping into your body. And once again, if you'd like, you can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. This is a sort of a comforting gesture for us. And become aware of your breath. So we're going to slow down the breath again. Exhale deeply through your nose. And then begin to inhale all the way down into your belly. And slowly exhale. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So continue with this breath now for maybe 2 more rounds of breath. So you can finish on the next exhale and just let your breath become quiet. Let the arms drift away from the body once again, palms facing upwards. Relaxing the back of your head, your scalp, your forehead, your eyebrows and eyelids, cheeks, lips, tongue, chin and throat. Relax your shoulders, elbows, wrists, palms, backs of your hands, and each of your fingers. Relax your chest, your upper back, rib cage, middle of the back, abdomen, lower abdomen. Relax your hips, your pelvis, your thighs, knees, shins and calves, ankles, heels, soles of your feet, tops of your feet, and each of your toes. Your whole body, and particularly all of your joints, completely relaxed. And now slowly bringing the awareness back to your body, beginning to move the joints, the fingers, toes, wrists and ankles, maybe gently rolling your head from side to side. Inhale as you stretch your arms overhead and straighten out your legs. And then slowly hugging the knees into you, rolling over onto your side, whichever side you like. And take 3 deep breaths here. And then in your own time, slowly push yourself back to a seated position, bringing your hands to your heart center. Place one hand on your heart and the other hand on top. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale it out through your mouth. And again, inhale and exhale. Bring the hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoy the practice and see you next time.